Ghana, located in West Africa, has a rich and diverse history that spans ancient kingdoms, European colonization, the struggle for independence, and modern political developments. As the first African country to gain independence from colonial rule, Ghana has played a significant role in the continent's political and cultural history. Ancient Ghana, the Ghana Empire, 4th, 13th century. Although modern Ghana takes its name from the ancient Ghana Empire, the empire itself was located in present-day Mali and Mauritania. The Ghana Empire, which thrived between the 4th and 13th centuries, was one of Africa's earliest and most powerful states. It became wealthy through gold and salt trade, attracting merchants from North Africa and the Middle East. Despite its prosperity, the empire declined due to internal conflicts and external invasions, particularly from the Almoravids, a Berber Muslim dynasty, in the 11th century. The empire eventually collapsed, but its legacy influenced later West African kingdoms, including those within present-day Ghana. The rise of Akan kingdoms, 13th–19th century, the migration of Akan-speaking peoples into present-day Ghana, led to the formation of powerful states, such as the Bono, Dinkira, Akwamu, and Asante Ashanti kingdoms. These kingdoms thrived on gold mining, agriculture, and trade with North African and European merchants. The Asante Empire, 17th–19th century. The most powerful of these kingdoms was the Asante Empire, founded in the late 17th century by Osei Tutu and his chief priest, Okomfo Anokie. The empire's strength was based on a centralized government, a strong military, and an economy supported by gold and the transatlantic slave trade. The Asante successfully resisted European control for many years, engaging in conflicts with the British known as the Anglo-Asante Wars, 1824–1900s. However, by 1902, after prolonged resistance, the British defeated the Asante and fully incorporated their territory into the Gold Coast colony. European contact and the transatlantic slave trade, 15th–19th century. The first Europeans to arrive in Ghana were the Portuguese in the 15th century. They built Elmina Castle in 1482, the first European trading post in sub-Saharan Africa. Over the next few centuries, the Dutch, British, and Danish also established forts along the coast. Ghana became a major center of the transatlantic slave trade, with millions of Africans forcibly taken to the Americas. The British abolished the slave trade in 1807, and by the mid-19th century, they shifted towards exploiting Ghana's resources, particularly gold, cocoa, and timber. British colonization and the Gold Coast, 19th–20th century. By the late 19th century, Britain had taken control of the Gold Coast, making it a crown colony in 1874. They expanded their rule to include the Northern Territories and the Asante Kingdom by the early 20th century. The colonial economy was based on cocoa production, making the Gold Coast the world's largest exporter of cocoa beans by the 1920s. However, the British government maintained strict control, limiting the political and economic power of the local population. The Road to Independence, 1940s, 1957. The push for independence gained momentum in the 1940s, with protests, strikes, and political movements calling for self-rule. In 1947, Kwame Nkrumah, a key nationalist leader, co-founded the United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC, which demanded self-government. In 1949, Nkrumah formed the Convention People's Party, CPP, advocating for immediate independence. His positive action campaign, which included boycotts and strikes, led to his arrest but increased public support. In the 1951 elections, Nkrumah's CPP won a majority, and he was released to become prime minister in 1952. On March 6, 1957, the Gold Coast became the first African colony to gain independence, renamed Ghana after the ancient Ghana Empire. The Nkrumah era and the First Republic, 1957–1966. Kwame Nkrumah became Ghana's first president in 1960 after a referendum made the country a republic. He pursued socialist policies, state-led industrialization, and Pan-Africanism, aiming to unite Africa. However, his government became increasingly authoritarian, and economic difficulties, corruption, and opposition repression led to dissatisfaction. In 1966, Nkrumah was overthrown in a military coup while on a trip to China. Military rule and political instability, 1966–1981. Following Nkrumah's removal, Ghana experienced a series of military and civilian governments. The country faced economic challenges, including inflation and political instability. Some of the major events included 1969, return to civilian rule under Kofi Busia, later overthrown in 1972. 1979, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings led a coup, executing former military rulers. 1981, Rawlings launched another coup, establishing the Provisional National Defense Council, PNDC, marking the beginning of his long rule. The Rawlings era and the Fourth Republic, 1981–2000s. Rawlings initially ruled as a military leader but transitioned Ghana back to democratic governance in 1992, forming the National Democratic Congress, NDC. Ghana's new Fourth Republic began with multi-party elections, and Rawlings won 2 presidential terms before stepping down in 2000s. His leadership brought economic reforms under International Monetary Fund (IMF) and World Bank policies, stabilizing the country but also causing hardships due to structural adjustments. Democratic stability and modern Ghana, 2000–present. Since 2000s, Ghana has become a model for democracy in Africa with peaceful transitions of power between political parties. Key developments include 2000's John Kufuor New Patriotic Party, NPP, defeated the NDC, serving 2 terms. 2008, John Atta Mills NDC won, but died in 2012. His vice president, John Mahama, took over. 2016, Nana Akufo-Addo NPP won elections and was re-elected in 2020. 2024, John Mahama won in 2024 elections, and he's the current president of Ghana. Ghana's economy, driven by gold, cocoa, and oil, has grown, but challenges such as youth unemployment, inflation, and corruption remain. Conclusion: Ghana's history is one of resilience, from ancient kingdoms and colonial rule to independence and democracy. As a leader in African liberation, Ghana continues to influence the continent's political and economic future. Kindly share this post if you find value in it. Thanks for your support. You can watch this program on YouTube in case you want to. Feel free to reach out to me. If you need advice on your plans and ideas and how to work on your gift and purpose, drop me a message here or email me at sopiansofgod@gmail.com, and we'll arrange a call. Will you like to write a book, share your story, ideas, or knowledge in a book? Now it's easier than ever. In 3 weeks, your book will be written and published. Send a message to bookminds247@gmail.com.get. Books on Amazon Books. Check out our website, WordFlixX publishers. Like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.